What's going on, everyone? How you doing? Ron here with Tech Tips to Go. So, just wanted to hop on the live, just finish some video work. I haven't done videos in quite a while. Got to get back on making videos. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about the upcoming IDOs that are coming, which is Polylauncher and Polka Fantasy. Polka Fantasy, I'm really big on. Polylauncher is pretty cool because it's going to be like the first launch pad for metaverse for Polygon projects, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that. I'm trying to get into the whitelisting. I've contacted some people and reached out to them and just said, hey, can you get me into the whitelisting? And they said they're going to see what they're going to do. But also for Polka Fantasy, that one I'm really bullish on, just because the whole thing with Polka Fantasy and Play to Earn and Axie Infinity. And with Polka Fantasy, it's like first mover advantage. If you're not familiar with the Japanese anime or Japanese animation and how big that industry is, it's like $2 trillion industry in Japan, or actually around the world. That equates to $9 billion just for the Japanese anime industry. So, like I said, if you're going to be opening up or doing something with NFTs really has to kind of be something unique. So, anyways, shout out to Michael Odo. What's going on? Yeah, I'm just talking about Polka Fantasy, so people could watch the replay and why I'm really big on Polka Fantasy. So, like I said, with Polka Fantasy, they got like first mover advantage. The Japanese anime industry is worth $9 billion. It's a $9 billion industry. So, and like I've been saying, if you're getting into NFTs, and you're going to start a blockchain and crypto, and you're gonna do an IDO or an ICO, you really have to be unique in terms of what you're offering, right? It just can't be any random marketplace anymore. It's just not going to cut it. You probably won't survive. So with Polka Fantasy, they're carving out their niche to be in Japanese anime. That's why I'm really big on it. I'm actually gonna probably sell a couple of my assets just to get more into Polka Fantasy. But like I said, the reason why I'm into is big on is because it's Japanese anime, first mover advantage, and right now the thing that is trending, and this could be that unicorn, this could be that huge token that just makes it or breaks it, because Axie Infinity, I talked about this on my earlier video. Axie Infinity went from like 20 cents to $47 just because it built a lot of hype. The game was playable, it got adopted, and people loved it because you could play to earn. Right now, NFTs are hot. NFTs are hot. Everyone's talking about NFTs, whether it's like Curio cards, whether it's this cards, whether it's Cardano cards, whether it's VV, Ikomi. NFTs are here to stay, right? Right now, the hottest things that are going on, it's not DeFi. Well, DeFi will always be around, but the hottest things that are going around is like meme coins, crap coins, because you get in, you get out, and then NFTs. Now with NFTs, the big thing is play and earn. Now, the reason why I'm so big with Polka Fantasy is because first mover advantage, Japanese anime, they got an NFT marketplace, they have an NFT wallet, and the last thing, which is coming out in Q4 of this year, is play to earn. They have their own Japanese anime game. It's a D game, right? A DeFi game, decentralized game. So that's why I'm so big. And the CEO, if you watch one of his AMAs, he's fluent in 4 languages. So he's I think he's Chinese. He speaks Mandarin, Cantonese, Japanese, and English. So he's fluent in 4 languages, and he's got a huge team for this. So I think this is like not his last straw, but I was telling my brother that this is something that I think he's going to put a lot of his resources into, because I'm pretty sure he could retire right now, but he really wants to make Polka Fantasy what he wants it to be, which is big. So yeah, I was speaking to Ted D about Polka Fantasy FOMO, and I won't tell you what I told him, but so I'm just reading your casino coin, but yeah, Polka Fantasy, like I said, I'm getting big onto that. Polygon, I haven't been looking at too many projects. I've been getting in and out of the meme coins. That's it. Like all the meme coins that are on Rug Pull Doc, I've been sniping them. I've been getting in and out, and that's it. So literally, like, it's hard not to make money sniping safe coins. You might make something that might not be worth your time, and you might just make 20%, but on average you're doing like 80% sniping these coins. Sniping is just so easy. You get the contract, you make sure it's not a rug pull, got a great community, you snipe it, and you sell it, and that's it. You put $1,000, get in 1,000. Sometimes you double your money, triple your money, depends on which coin you're sniping. If you're going with a super high listing, then let me get into Michael Otto. Yeah, I like I like poker more, so I'm more into poker. So I heard about like casino coin and stuff. So yeah, but Carlito or Ted, Polka Fantasy is pretty cool. There's not that many other coins that I'm looking at getting into. Probably gonna wait things out. Right now, I've been bagging like a lot of Polkadot, like everyone knows, and Bitcoin on the dip. So every time there's like a 30, well, I don't think we're gonna go back to 29, but every time there's like a 30 drop, 38, 37, 36, I just bag Bitcoin. I trade in a lot of my Gala, and that's it. So yeah, the rooms have been quiet. Everyone's portfolio kind of went down from like, what was it, down 80%. So people are kind of just laying back, chilling, waiting for Bitcoin to kind of go back up. But I think Bitcoin, I think in September, October, we're gonna get a nice pump. We'll see where we get, and then let the kind of races begin. But yeah, I was doing a video, and I wanted to come out, do a live, and just see who's gonna hop on, see what's up. It's just nice in Toronto right now. It's so hot right now, so it's pretty cool. Let's see what's going on with the markets. Let's see on CoinGecko. Let me just share my screen. All right, let's take a look at the 24-hour percentage change. Wow, YFD, your finance decentralized. This took a beating. I remember someone shilled this to me, and it was like around the $300 range, and it just tanked. Like it just YFD. I think it was around January. Yeah, it went up to like $600, and I remember bagging low and then selling again high. But I'm glad I got out because look, it's at $5, and before it was like at 500, and the supply is like really low. Total circulating supply is 19,000. Total supply is 20,000. But a lot of people like to just look at, when they're doing their fundamental analysis and research, this is just one aspect of it. Just don't look at the total supply. I know the total supply is attractive when you don't see that many coins, but you got to look at the adoption and the use of it, right? You want to make sure that the chain, and like there's network activity, and you look at the usage, the adoption, and just look to see if people are going to actually buy into the coin, and it's going to be used by companies, businesses, other chains, whatever. The main thing is like network activity, the supply. You got to look at everything, right? The team behind it, the funding. Because if there's no funding and they run out of money, then they got cash flow issues. Who are the investors? Who believes them? What are they doing for marketing? Are they doing marketing right, etc.? There's so much to think about, like when you're investing into a coin. So there's a lot to learn. when you're getting into blockchain and starting that your own coin. Let me go back to BSC pad, 68 cents. I got into this around $1.20, so that's tanking for me. Noya, Syntropy is doing well. Katecoin, wow. Live to travel. Yeah, you bought a lot of Vechain. That's good. Yeah, I bagged a lot of Vechain, and I know a lot of people in our group got into Vechain, and they ended up selling a lot of Vechain for sharing. But sharing will have its time. I think the main thing that people have to understand and realize, it's all about network activity and transactions. Like if you're not looking at network activity and transactions, um, that like I said, that's one of the main things you got to look at is there blockchain activity, because that's what we're in. We're in crypto, so everyone's waiting to say, hey, when do you think sharing is going to go up? They could announce a lot of news, have a lot of partnerships, right? But people want to see the network activity. People want to see transactions, because transactions is what's going to dictate. I think is going to dictate the price, as well as Bitcoin moving. So, but VeChain, I'm super bullish on VeChain. Like VeChain, you can't go wrong. Not financial advice, but you can't go wrong with VeChain. VeChain's a monster. Like VeChain has it all. They've got partnerships. The partnerships announce stuff. They got real transactions that happen on the mainnet. It fires. That's the main thing. Like I said, it's the main thing. The last 24 hours, sharing is 0181. Great. Sharing had some great news out there. Bitcoin 40. Wow. Bitcoin's 41. Sweet. My bags are starting to change a lot. Bitcoin, Polkadot are becoming my biggest bags. Like I said, with Polka Fantasy, I'm taking a gamble because play to earn is getting big. If we look at Axie Infinity, let's take a look at Axie Infinity to see where they're at. Like play to earn is just getting massive. Let's look at Axie AXS. $43. Play to earn bumping 270 million. Look at this. This 1 year chart for Axie Infinity. Look at that. From 14 cents. Man, who would have thought? That is just crazy growth. Unreal growth. Crypto, Binance. Wow, they're on Binance. Crazy. Upbit, Hubi. But anyways, Axie Infinity. Like I said, that's why I'm big on Gala Games too, because all Gala Games needs to do is come out with one game that hits the market huge. Once Gala Games gets one game that pumps, like it's going to be a crazy uphill climb for Gala Games. I don't collect a lot of the tokens. I just have a lot of the nodes. So hopefully the nodes just provide me more passive income and stuff. So I know I shouldn't be talking about passive income with Gala, but a lot of people do. Polkadot. Wow. 19. I need Polkadot to slow down. That's the thing. Jeez. Elon Doge. Do I have that one? I think I do. Synthetics, Auto Farm, Limit Swaps, Sushi, Bake, Ethereum. Yeah, Ethereum's on fire. Gala 207, Bitcoin 41. Yeah, as long as Bitcoin keeps going up, I'm happy. VeChain, sweet. 091. I like it. I like seeing that. So Bitcoin's up 2.6%. What else is up here? Let's take a look at this. What's going on, DC? Mike Osho, what up? Ron. how high do you think Polkadot will go? Um, you know what? I think Polkadot, like, let me just change my screen. I think for me, because Polkadot reached like an all-time high of like $50, right? So around $50. I think an easy Polkadot easy is like 150. Sorry, because we went to $50 to do a 3x for Polkadot, like $150 easy. The great thing I love about Polkadot is like it might not make you like huge massive gains, but over time it's kind of like investing into Ethereum. Like when I bagged Ethereum at $90 and $200, like I wish I could go back to those days, because now you look at it, it's like $2,800. So where do I think Polkadot's gonna go? I think an easy 150, and then as the whole cryptocurrency market cap increases and increases, and it gets to like the $9 trillion gold market cap, Bitcoin's gonna go up, Polkadot's gonna go up, because Polkadot is something you don't have to worry about. It's kind of like, think of it as your long-term bag. It should do well, not financial advice, but I think it'll do well in the long run. And the great thing about Polkadot is like, you invest in Bitcoin, okay? Bitcoin is great, but there's no native Bitcoin staking. There's no such thing. With Polkadot, it's nominated proof of stake. So you've got staking with validators, bonding. You nominate, so you become a nominee, and you nominate your tokens on a validator. And that's the whole beauty of Polkadot, because you could do it native on chain, so you don't have to worry about a centralized system. Like, for example, if you don't like Kraken, you could get an easy 12%, stake it easy with like 3 clicks. But people who don't like Kraken because it's a centralized exchange and you're leaving your tokens on a centralized exchange, at least you could go native on chain, right? You could use Polkadot chain and just stake all your DOT, like using their validators, right, on chain. So that's where I think Polkadot is going an easy 150. Let's fast forward 5 years from now. Man, I think depends. Like, it depends on how all these auctions go. Depends on how the adoption. If everyone keeps building on Polkadot, because Polkadot, what they say they're doing, they really do it with making everything interoperable. Because people are building for that highway road. People are building for Polkadot to make sure everything is like, okay, my chain that's going to be working in decentralized finance, doing yield farm, liquidity, is going to be able to talk to Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's going to talk to Polygon, Matic, whatever. It's going to talk to every chain, and anyone that comes in, or if I get Oracle data information, I could use it because I'm interoperable with everything. I could see everything. So if everyone keeps building like they say they are, or like what their plans are, then I think Polkadot's going to be huge. Like already I said, like people are naming their companies after Polka something, after Polkadot, like Polka Trail, Polka Fantasy, Polka Dex, Polka Farm, Polka City. If you look at the Polkadot ecosystem underneath CoinGecko, you can see it's just, that's why I don't think it's going anywhere. It's not even taking a big risk. It's taking a small risk because you already see the future. It's just, you're not going to make, 2,000 X gains like Axie Infinity or these other chains, right? But I think, like, for me, that's why, like, I've got my bag that's really well diversified into different coins, but now I'm putting a lot more into, like, from non-speculative coins into more large caps: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, some Cardano, but more Polkadot, but the bigger chains, right? But then I've also got, like, my meme coin bag, and I also got my, like, IDO bags where I get into IDOs. Then I got, like, my Vechain. Vechain, I would say, is my long-term safe bag. It's part of my safe asset because Vechain's not going anywhere. Like, Vechain, the enterprise adoption, the only bad thing that could happen with Vechain is they get hacked, okay? Then you have Share. Share's got some great partnerships. people are asking me like, when do I think sharing is going to pump? I think eventually it's going to pump. Like I said, it's going to pump out of nowhere. Someone was asking me, should I sell my sharing? I'm like, you know what? It's going to pump when you least expect it. It's just, and you know how we went to 10 cents? That's what it's going to do. It's going to go to 10 cents. It's going to go to 15 cents when you least expect it. When we do expect it is when, okay, when the app comes out, okay, because people, I know, the delays. I hear it all the time. When the app is going to come out, when the app. The most important thing, like I said, the most important thing that people should be worrying about, or what they should see, is like when the app comes out, because when the app comes out, staking should be there, and people want to see real transactions. Real transactions on the mainnet. And like I said in the beginning of this video, the most important thing, like when you're doing fundamental analysis, is like, okay, if the mainnet is coming out at this date, when are transactions going to fire? Because you want to see real network blockchain activity, real network activity, transaction firing, right? It was the same thing with Vechain. Vechain had the same FUD, right? But that's the main thing I tell people. Like, when you want to see sharing fire or go up in price, we probably want to wait until like we see real transactions that happen, because that's going to like break all the FUD. It's going to bring legitimacy that customer A is using the share ledger, retail users are using the app to travel, then we see transactions. But if you look at everything that has been happening, they've hired a guy from Yahoo. They hired a CFO. They have a CEO, Jonathan Duncan. They have so many new hires, so it's like writing on the wall. But people still don't believe that, and they think that like all these hires are fake. So if you think they're fake, then the main thing is just to wait for transactions, because that's going to help dictate price. So that's why I'm not selling any SHR. I'm just being patient, letting them do their things, because eventually price will come. And plus, everything is down anyway. So like, what are you going to do? Sell something to get into something that's lower? But that's my take on everything. Like, I hear it all the time. I still get messages. When is the app? Why is it taking so long? Blah, blah, blah. But, and I was speaking to Carlito last night about this. And he's got a friend that's a really good developer. He's been developing for the last 20 years. It's just not a simple app that you have to create, a selfie app. You've got to take care of like, you got to take care of staking, travel, masternodes, validators, COVID pass, PIV, right? So the personal information vault. You got to worry about what else? Rakuten integration. You got to worry about the staking percentages. You also got to worry about a whole bunch of things. What's the other thing that I had on the top of my head? The API plugin for travel, and then also payment, fiat. So how do you on-ramp fiat? Also share shop. So that's huge, right? So building that app is not going to take a year, right? But anyways. Jeffrey Brown, I used to follow you regular until you started promoting share much over VeChain, even predicting that it would outperform because of less supply. You know what? So it's still too early. So I would knock on wood on that. So there was a time when sharing was at 10 cents and VeChain was at what? VeChain was at like 7 cents. But okay, here, Jeffrey, this is what I'm saying. If sharing can do what they have promised, okay, let's rewind. Okay, so they talked about share shop. One of the reasons why I got into sharing was because of share shop. So we're all still waiting for what's going to happen with share shop, but with all of the stuff that they're doing, I still think there's possibility that share, yes, could probably, well, based on the supply, I think it's easier for sharing to get to that dollar mark. And I'm still saying this, okay? If they come out with all of the stuff that they have, the share price, I think, is going to flip VET, because VET is only at 9 cents. But for it to double to 18 cents, it's got to bring it up. Like, okay, so Jeff, let's take a look at this. So Vechain, because it's way too early to say that, right? And I could be wrong, you never know. But look, so for Vechain is at 9 cents to get to 18 cents. Okay, look, the total supply is 86 billion. That's a lot of tokens. You're talking about 86 billion. Okay, yes, it doesn't matter because we could have an influx and market manipulation and the price could bump. Okay, like it did. It went to 28 cents. It's never going to stay at 28 cents. That's just like manipulation. That was market manipulation. Like when Vechain went to 28 cents, hell no, it's not staying there. It rose too fast. It was just like look at this. From here to here, you look at this, there is no support there. That was an easy call for it to say, hey, it's going to 28 cents. It is easily falling back way below, because when you have this parabolic spike, yeah, you could have an influx, but is it going to sustain that? Hell no. There's no support. Plus, you got a total circulating supply of 86 billion compared to sharing. Like, sharing is only at 2 to 4 billion tokens. You're talking about 86 billion. Okay, so we're at 9 cents, and the market cap right now is 6 billion, okay? So at 9 cents, so if you want to go to 18 cents, it has to be 18 billion. Let's take a look at all of the coins. So 18 billion. Let's go here, Jeffrey. So the market cap to 18 billion, it'd have to be in the top 10. It'd have to be around here, number 8. So, and that's just 18 cents. You want to get to times 5 of that. So you'd have to go to, so let's say you're 20, so you have to go to 100. Wow, you have to go to 100. So you'd have to be right here. You'd have to be in spot. You'd have to be above. You'd have to be in spot 3. So realistically, like if you take that into consideration, will you get there? Like I'm super bullish on Vechain, right? But I don't know if like it's possible to get to that. You know, if you're at 20 cents, you're going to be in spot 9, okay? Between 8 and 9 at 20 cents, at 18 cents. Now you times 5 that market cap, okay? You're about 20 billion. You're going to have to go to 100 billion, right? And you're thinking like, okay, unless Vechain really pulls something out of their ass that is huge, then yes, they could go to the spot 3 to be double of Binance coin. Double. That's double. So you're doing more transactions than Binance coin, right? That's why when you look at things, right? I could be wrong, right? But time will tell. So, anyways, that's my take on that one, Jeffrey. So it's different. It's going to be a close call. Well, it depends. Like I said, if Sharon comes out with all the stuff that happens, then great. For Vechain, I think like I'm happy with 25 cents. Okay. End of year, I'd probably say like maybe 12 to 14 cents. It depends what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin pumps, everything is going to pump, okay? So that 12 cents might be 15 cents, 16, 17 cents. But everything has to go up high, really high. Now, and that's why I'm saying like I'm still bullish on both sharing and Vechain. But if you look at just the numbers, And with all of the latest stuff that sharing has been doing, for me, I think it's like, I think that sharing is going to flip Vechain based on everything that's going on with them signing a new CFO or a guy, financial guy, a chartered accountant CA that came from Yahoo, right? So clearly there's something going on behind the scenes. They keep hiring and hiring. So mark these words. I think Sharon is gonna flip, but I think Cardia Chain is gonna, I think Cardia Chain is gonna do very well. I wouldn't be surprised if Cardia Chain outperforms both Sharing and VeChain, because Cardia Chain supply is also very low, right? Like with VeChain, it's 86 billion. Supply is really big. Okay, I'm not saying that it can't get to $1, but it's gonna have challenges. Like the token supply is just really big. With Cardia Chain, they're doing big things. Kai decks, Cardia, like their swapping decks that they have. You've seen Polka Pets, right? Or sorry, Pet DeFi, I forgot what it's called. DeFi Pet. It's massive. Like it's huge. So, anyways, I think Cardia Chain might outperform both. It depends. Like I said, depends what sharing is gonna do, right? Who knows? Yeah, Jeff. Like it's good that you bought VeChain like 005. Like man, people are like dying. People wish they would get into like VeChain at a penny, right? Even like we were bagging like VeChain at 0.002, 0.003, and I remember those days. It was the winter. I remember like clearly. It seems like yesterday. Like I was bagging VeChain in the winter, and I remember like looking at my portfolio. I'm like, yeah, this is like these prices are awesome, because I'm seeing VeChain at 0.002, zero point 0.003, and just bagging and bagging. Every time I get money, I kept bagging VeChain, because like I said, like is the writing was on the wall for VeChain. You had enterprise customers, you had blockchain, which is growing, the future of blockchain. You had Walmart, it was firing. You had a great team, CEO, everything. Like fundamentally, VeChain is just like sound, like just perfect. So I remember like just bagging, right? And it's kind of like like I said, it's the same feeling that I have with sharing, but sharing just has to deliver, okay? Like and what I mean by deliver, I'm not saying that they're not delivering. It's just they need to show the transactions that are going to happen on the network. Okay, they need to release the app, because the delays, people are salty, people are angry, and yes, because of the delays. Uh, Share Shop was supposed to be released. I think 2020. People are still very angry. People are wondering about where Share Shop is. So hopefully, hopefully the team can not avoid that question and just say, okay, well, Share Shop is here. Okay, this is what happened in Share Shop, because there was a list of questions that I think Dan in the Telegram group had, and people would want to see that. But the last stream wasn't an AMA, but people would like to know, what happened to Samsung Knox, what happened to the insurance company that was going to have 45 million transactions and 30,000 users in a year. What happened to Share Shop? I said, what happened to the app that was delayed back in November? What happened to there was a bunch of things, right? So people are still wondering, and like I said, people are salty about that. But to me, there's no point selling at like 0.18, 0.17. Wait it out, see what the team is going to deliver. Clearly, they're doing something with, they hired Yahoo, a guy from Yahoo, ex-Yahoo guy. They hired a CFO. They hired a whole bunch of people. They just announced a Caribbean pilot, but people were also, fighting about, okay, well, it's just a pilot, right? We don't know. Like pilots don't mean much, because they also talked about a Share Shop being a pilot, and it went nowhere. Yeah, you have a point. But it's, to me, it's like, okay, you're not going to sell at this low of a price, but you could, and you take a chance. Not financial advice, but Anyways, for me, and it's not because I'm a masternode holder, it's because I hold like multiple masternodes. It's not because of that. I tell people in my group how it is. Like I tell people, like, until you see transactions, and if you clearly have been following me and what I say, is always be diversified. Like if I was like a paid shiller for sharing, I'd be like, yeah, 100% go all into SHR. But I tell you how it is. I tell you how real it is like you need to be diversified. Don't ever go all into one coin. Until sharing starts showing transactions, that brings out the legitimacy to say that there's network, there's customer adoption. People are firing, right? People want to see a blockchain address tied into like a Walmart, like how Vechain. We know when Walmart Vechain is firing because we see the Explorer firing saying this is Walmart. We want to see the same thing with sharing, right? We want to see if it's Caribbean, Teachers Credit Union firing, right? Because that's network activity. This is blockchain. This is crypto. So that's why I say people wait, be diversified, and that's it. Yeah, no problem. Like to travel. Like I said, VeChain, even at 9 cents, as the whole cryptocurrency market cap goes up, VeChain is not financial advice. It's like a no brainer. Like it's a safe bet. You can't go wrong with VeChain. You can't go wrong with Polkadot, right? Like they're already showing you everything. They've got a great team, huge enterprise customers, huge adoption. So that's the main thing. Wow, an authority node. So you're talking about the first one. Okay. Yeah. VeChain, like I said, VeChain is awesome. When it went down to 6 cents, I bought a little bit of VeChain. What's going on, HP? If Cardano can sit at 45 billion right now, yeah, and that's, you've got a point there because like Cardano, like just think about Cardano, okay? We talk about market cap, we talk about enterprise adoption, we talk about transactions that, things won't move unless, transactions are firing. But if you look at Cardano does nothing. Cardano does absolutely nothing. They're not doing smart contracts until who knows when. They're not doing anything. They've got a big army and it's at $1 something, but it moves, right? It just moved up to spot 4. So everything that I did say, you could throw out the window if you look at Cardano, because Cardano is just like some crazy white paper, and you got Charles. I'm not knocking Cardano because I hold Cardano, but I'm not super bullish on it. But you got a great point. Like you got these and then you've got crazy meme coins like Dogecoin that goes up to like nonsense numbers, and it's just weird, right? I guess it's just whatever Wall Street Bets decides to pump, and who knows? Like if you're lucky and you hold share, and Wall Street Bets decides to like market manipulate price, you can see sharing go to $20. It's just crazy. Crypto's crazy. You've seen NFTs go to like insane numbers. Play to earn, Axie Infinity just go to crazy numbers. But yeah. Yeah, Doge is 26 billion. But we'll see. I still think Cardia chain might outperform all of these because they're doing well. But we never know. With crypto, there's so much damn market manipulation. It's crazy. So who knows where the markets are going to be. Anyway, shout out to HP Crypto. What's going on? Yeah, and Dogecoin, like who would have thought Dogecoin at 26 billion, and it pretty much does nothing for you. It's insane. Then you got like SafeMoon but meme coins, like I said, meme coins are just for like, you get in, you get out. For me, I get it. I play the meme coin game. I get in, I get out, and done. And I take that money and I keep bagging my Vechain. I keep bagging my Polkadot. I keep bagging Bitcoin. That's the way I play meme coins. I get in, get out. I'll spend anywhere from like 1 to 10 BNB. Get in, get out. Take your profits and keep accumulating. It's just like trading, like just fundamentals. Take out your 80%. Bag, and then just get into your other coins. But yeah. Anyways, Polka Fantasy and Polylauncher are coming up. Like I said, Polka Fantasy I'm big on because it's Japanese anime. Japanese anime is huge. First mover advantage for Polka Fantasy. Polka Fantasy is play to earn. So it's a decentralized game on the blockchain. It's like Gala. It's like Axie Infinity. We've seen Axie Infinity go from 14 cents to $47. It's play to earn. First mover advantage for Polka Fantasy and Japanese anime. It's a $9 billion industry, so that's why I'm really getting into Polka Fantasy. And it's nothing's financial advice. Do your own research, but I'm looking at spending anywhere from like 10K to 20K, putting that into Polka Fantasy. So, anyways, shout out to all the vet sharing people, Cardi Chain. I'm done for the stream. Thanks for joining. I'll see everyone, and hope everyone's bags moon.